stopped at this point ever, have you?
Mm-mm. This is awesome.
I smell transmission. That's what you always smell up in these hills. Trying to be working hard. Because we're enjoying a beautiful lunch.
Mm-hmm.
On the way home from Yosemite, check Victoria's Town. Just on the back. Zoom in on the side.
Ooh, look at that. Now bite into it, Val.
That's a Monterey.
Come on.
Gourmet chicken sandwich.
Made by Mike Duran.
Okay.
Look at this quaint little place we found.
That's why I said go by the citizen. Give me some song. The way he things done, sleeping on the job.
Raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
Here we are,
You ate the whole
camp.
sandwich.
Chinese camp and tavern. People got a bar, a little picnic area, bathrooms, food,
Teepees.
TV,
Music.
and they're from Britain. English. You think any of that really matters to me, huh? You think your dad's a racist, huh?
No.
I think like Bulwark. I think we should all just keep...
What does that sign say? No. No horseshoe playing.
Now, wait a minute. Let me just understand something here. You mean all those nickels that I gave you and Billy kind of took the fun out of playing, and you'd like to go back to the wet water? Playing kind of wild and messing around because it comes more natural to you?
Yeah, Paul.
Sheriff, you got to do something about him. Well, what did he do? Well, he's been acting mean and bare lately. Tonight, while he was in charge, he began to complain about how I was dealing too slow. He did? And next thing I know, he punched me in the nose. And nothing. There was a pitcher of water on the floor. Well, you all go on home and I'll take care of it. Take care of your nose, Clem. Opie, you know what we was talking about. Now, I'm not going to give you and Billy any more nickels for playing nice, you hear?
Really, Paul? We'll give back the nickels you already gave us.
No, you just keep them. That's a mighty cheap price for learning that what looks like rationing to one is...
I mean, the typical call for a dog. Like they ever live.
What are you doing?
Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, wait, where are you? I don't see him anymore. Oh no, more throat. Oh, come on.
Don't treat her too roughly.
Yeah. I don't want to throw up on the carpet. Why? What are you doing, silly girl?
What are you gonna name that one?
What are you gonna be? What are you gonna be, silly girl? What are you gonna be called? You silly girl. You silly girl.
That's your mama, she ran home.
What are you doing, baby? What are you doing, Mama? What are you doing, baby?
Oh, nice footage around my socks and everything.
Oh, throwing in the camera. Oh, oh, come on. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
Good job, Michael. You should work for Casper like the old lady.
Ow, get off my...
It's Day's Day there, 3 months old.
Come on, doggy. No.
She's giving you time for the green one. Jeez, I'll hyperventilate. She's all excited. She's calm down. You see it? She's teething in the hand.
You can't keep going on like this.
You're giving her a bath. You show how dirty she gets because of that hair.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, she is. I like
The other ones were just black and white.
9:50 music class, so I only take a shower once a week until it's neat.
We believe that girls take a shower once a week. I don't think so.
She looks like me.
She smell like it?
Oh, wait, where'd you go?
Looks like a little lion to the side.
That's what
One of
they
those little
call them.
Chinese lions.
In Chinese, that's what that means. They're called the little lions. They're bred to look
Call her
like little
Kimba.
lions. Yeah,
Dad.
I like Kimba.
Daddy.
Hi, Eric. You see the little lion dog?
I like
Call her Kimba.
Shih Tzu. What's her? How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Do want to welcome you all to the ranch at San Simeon. Not the first castle. You have to call it the castle of St. John. It's not one of the plans and it's written. It's a place like 7 years. Here we create a little Mediterranean village. It's just a little something to get the people out. And you'll understand after a while that the most asked question from the guests on the telephone is, where am I? And somebody came to rescue me. That's my job to make sure the safety is actually best. And then she came in and don't have to remember that. But I'm happy to talk about anything that interests you. You can interrupt at any time and ask. I think I'm going to talk about everything that you look at, especially if you hear from the speak. If you have some special interest, let me know for that. We ask you to walk on a tour map. Outdoor tour.
What it is it's a preferred guest suite of rooms
Debbie. Hmm.
Because it's 56 when he hurt. Mama said he just got carried away. She really did.
Man, we could just kick back and lounge out here for hours.
Oh, really?
Man, such a beautiful pool.
Oh, that's cool. This is the scenic Spartacus, Lawrence Olivier. Walked right up here.
You don't miss too much.
Oh, perfect, huh? What is this carved out of? This alabaster? Or?
I think so.
Our tour's up there.
This is the Casa del Monte. There are 3 cottages. This is the smallest, so it was finished first. And it has 10 rooms, has a nice mountain view. They're all named for their views. And then there's the Casa del Sol, which has 18 rooms, and it has the best sunset view. And then there's Mr. Hurst's little house with 22 rooms. It has the best ocean view, so it's called the Casa del Monte. But the Santa Lucia's reminded Mr. Hurst of Spain and Italy. And so I think he felt with our Mediterranean climate and an ocean, best spot to create a little Mediterranean village and show off all the things that he's collecting from Spain. On the horizon. That is the tallest peak in the Santa Lucias at almost 6,000 feet in elevation, but it doesn't look very impressive from here because it's almost 40 air miles away. And Mr. Hurst would stand here and tell you, I own the mountain too, because at one time this ranch stretched bit beyond that number. But it was 250,000 people. Mr. Hearst got in trouble financially. In 1937, owed $126 million. Close to bankruptcy, incorporated, formed a corporation. But he had to downsize his son in order to pay off that debt. And with war imminent, the federal government, I think, realized it was a good opportunity to have a military base in the area. And bought over 160,000 acres of the property here. Today, that's not very qualified. So Mr. Hearst has a ground there, landslide, really, is what he called it. Really looks a bit more like a church. But people saying it from down below began calling it the castle. But his castle was really St. Donat's, outside of Cardiff, Wales, in Great Britain. Mr. Hearst collected Roman burial vaults. What are you going to do with something that's had a body in it years and years ago? This is from the 2nd century AD. She would have to have them taken out of the ground, put in a big planter, and moved because this one of the hills when it was moved. They haven't grown to the size that they would have if they'd been left in the ground, but they certainly have survived. And that's not an easy thing to do. Not to say that not.
Excuse me,
Yes.
was there a sword at one point in there?
Yes, well, this is a modern version of Mars. Venus's husband. Venus was the lady rising out of the sea foam at the pool, carried ashore, and the seashell would transpire as we went the stairs. And the little boy down at his feet is his son. This was done in 1929. And this is from an area of
Which one is a different animal?
And that's at the end of the rhododendron season, which is very late in rhododendrons, but we had the cold weather that they were very late in blooming. So it goes down in the 30s. I think it was still slightly in bloom called fall and glory. And this is the dining room. Mr. Hearst had a few households for his guests too. Here, you might want to pick out accommodations as close to the dining room. We're going to start.
Now, if you stand next to the black painted railing and look out, you can see
We'll be
that
up on the
hard
second
teakwood and red
floor.
brick cornice.
The big bedrooms are where those
Based on
things are.
something you saw in
And then
Northern
the deep
Spain.
gable up there.
You couldn't buy it, I guess they needed it for the top of the building.
So no eating and drinking in the rooms, no telling off-color stories, we'll overindulge in alcohol. Dorothy Parker, the writer, has the very big
All
salon
around the
for
central
hours.
portion of the house, that's up at the level of the private suite.
And
Curatorial
you
staff.
gentlemen, if you brought a young lady you weren't married to, you had separate
Garden
accommodations.
staff is
Even though when we get to Mr. Hurst's bedroom, you'll realize he shared his room. Mr. Hurst said I don't approve the density.
As you probably figured out, when we open the side of the hoist in the
to bathe in, which the girls complained about, said, why would you build a bathtub 4 inches high and we sit on the floor, can't reach the faucet and the water's way up on the wall. But they just hadn't experienced a shower before. But the vertical shower did make it possible to provide a private bathroom for every bedroom. And in twin-bedded rooms, you only have to share the closet, because you each get your own bed and your own bathroom. You slept in a 17th century Spanish marriage bed, modern mattress of the time period. They're all 6 feet long, either double or single. No other accommodation, except for Mr. Hurst, who had a custom-made bed at 7 feet because he was a large man. If you want to, you'll have a telephone. You can call for a fire in your fireplace. Probably wouldn't need one today. Maybe with the rest of his life. Had a 110-room beach house in Santa Monica. So they had big parties there, but they didn't have to house them. Here you've got to house your guests. It'll hold 100 if you don't mind sharing. Either a double bed or a twin bed room in your heavy room. But remember, it's a married couple. Too late.
These lamps.
Electricity. So even when you camp with Mr. Hurst, you have electricity. So Miss Morgan was told this all electric. Modern signed up with the electrical system from San Luis about 1925. You can see the things Mr. Hurst liked to buy. Loved hand-carved wood. I think he's telling Miss Morgan, decorate the room really elaborately so they'll not look at the backyard. The use of the human figure is generally Italian. The use of geometric designs like along the drawers of this desk is an indication that it's Spanish. Doesn't always hold true, but I'm not going to talk about every piece of furniture, so if you're interested in something, ask me. But you can pick out the furnishings yourself, knowing that using that little guideline, human figures Italian, geometric designs, or the lack of human figures usually Spanish. This isn't always true. I'll point out a big exception.
What kind of maintenance is required?
See, we need to put something like this on our master bedroom. That's why I filmed these, you know, copy. I like the lamps.
And this is the kitchen over here, the staff accommodations. This is the wing here to the left. It was added a little bit later, and never got the facade of Utah limestone. On the other side, another wing added for a movie theater and additional guest accommodation. We call that the new wing. The reservoir is up there on the hill where all the pine trees are planted, so you wouldn't see it.
Is this a guest room?
This is supposed to go.
I always love these lamps.
In those bedrooms that we just looked at in the Doge's suite, there was only one antique door frame. You just walked through it. The rest, that was all the rest of that was moved. And this room has twin double beds in, made up with original linens. It still has, it's the only one of these three bedrooms with a fireplace. All three of them had fireplaces when they were finished before the third floor was added to the house. Once Mr. Hurst decided to have a third floor, they had to take away the fireplaces from the first two bedrooms, but it doesn't, the third floor doesn't extend.
This one.
Hmm.
Painted reminds me of, what's that story? Of the girl.
Bernadette?
Yeah.
End of World War II, they were debt-free, capital access. Don't have to worry about this. Well, Cary Grant told us he never got invited to Mr. Hearst's suite and had to buy a ticket to his school. As we go to the third floor, and as we exit out, we'll go down the hallway, because Mary's was coming down, I didn't want to move here. You'll notice there is an elevator. The chief was 56 when he began building here. He's in his 60s when he came upstairs on the third floor. And he didn't find the stairs for me.
Were these the stairs that the guests all used?
They were just unfinished. Time ran out, weren't going to hang anything nice in a stairwell. They're all on the outside of the house, which keeps these rooms being very large. There's no grand staircase up the middle of the house. The rooms on either side would be much smaller than that.
So beautiful library.
And the last time I actually got in the ring, some lit one of the household staff was inside wrestling, and all of a sudden she realized she was rising up in the house. When I opened the door, she's standing there looking at me, and I thought, I better not do it because I'm not supposed to do it. These are old fire stalls that line the hallway here, and the leftover pieces of that 300-year-old home. There is a cooler here with water. It has a little cup, so if you're going to be very thirsty, you're welcome to stop off there as we bring our home. Actually getting 53 of these little panels intertwined and saying, now making a ceiling for my room A 600-year-old frieze was used to lengthen the one you see at the bottom. I should show it's going to be clean too. And if you'll notice, every one of those panels has a human figure in it. It's still Spanish. So this is a big exception to that little hint that I gave you that usually the Spanish
That's not really
don't use
furniture,
it.
though.
Pardon?
Well, that's not really furniture.
No, it's not furniture. Collection, making you think they descended from royalty, that these things have been in their family for centuries. Mr. Hearst doing the same thing probably, although I don't think he ever cared if he thought he descended from royalty, because he didn't. His dad was a cattle rancher back in Missouri and came out to the gold rush in California looking for gold and didn't find any. Decided to go back home after 7 years and one last chance, played out gold mine in Nevada that he knew had some silver in it. It was the Comstock silver. And George took the first year, $18 million. Gregorian chapels. If you like to show them off, better than hanging them in a frame on the wall when the light shines through, you really get to enjoy. They have musical notes and the Latin responses to Mass. Old business contracts, and Mr. Hearst would call them indentures. We're used to saying that. Kind of a thing you did in the 20s. It wasn't just his invention, but this was a popular way to show these things off. And again in September, through the holiday season, we have roses just for the play.
Come up in September, babe, for a night tour, San Luis. Look, I got
And except
myself.
for the twin beds, this is the way Mary's room looked, and we both here with her, and it is not a large bedroom. century eggs numbers on the wall, the Madonna and Child, Mr. Hurstall, and after the 400 or so. Okay, so we joined the gentlemen. They're not worried about what they're going to wear for dinner. They know they're going to have to show up in shirt, tie, jacket. So they match, and we got that antique Spanish sandal. Bookshelves, a combination of antique and reproduction, and they house Mr. Hurst's collection of signed first editions, about 7,500 volumes. This is his rare book collection. His office clear in the back. You gentlemen met him there under his portrait. We decided he was going to run for the presidency in the year 2000, but we think Mr. Hurst would use his newspapers to influence public opinion. He's a lifelong Democrat. Tried 3 times to be president, and nobody would nominate him. I think that was the second major disappointment in his life. The first one was when he was 11 and Mama didn't buy him the Louvre Museum for his birthday as he asked her to. Or Windsor Castle, or both if she could manage it. But he's 31. When Mother gives him enough money, she realizes he's never going to be interested in the mines and ranches that her husband had acquired for their fortune. And I think George pretty well knew that. When he died, he left the family fortune to his wife. Nothing to his son. He'd given him in San Francisco Examiner to discourage him from the newspaper business, and it never did. So Mother realized that he's never going to be interested. She was a good manager, and she gave him $7.5 million to go to New York and begin on his own newspapers about the New York Journal first.
It must have been a downer.
Oh yeah, hated asking. But Mr. Hurst collected until he left here in 1947. We had won the mace down in the refectory. And we have a little house there.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
There is a low-hanging lamp here at the top of the stairs, so do be careful when you come up. I enjoy the painting in the sitting room. They're much more modern. Well, Miss Margaret's building for 8 points on the Richter scale, so sure we have them, but we don't feel them there because of the way the house is built. You notice very little indication of any damage by earth movement, cracks in the walls. Usually when you build a house here, you let it settle, and you fix the cracks, and you hope it doesn't settle anymore.
This is the Celestial Suite, Clark Gable Way. Okay.
There are a few things I would like. She'd get a little note. There are just a few things. She had the patience of a saint. She really did. Imagine Frank Lloyd Wright, who functioned at the same time. Can you imagine Mr. Hurst and Frank Lloyd Wright getting along about anything? So I think he chose the right architect. People often ask why he chose a woman. She built for him before, the Examiner building in Los Angeles. So she built for his mother. He knew her, and he knew the kind of person she was. She studied your family very carefully when she built your house, and it suited you. Didn't scream at you, I'm a Julia Morgan house. So people have forgotten about her. But she built almost 800 buildings. An enviable record. Mr. Hurst called it that because the white tin glazed ceramic pieces in there are mostly by Giovanni and Andrea Doloria. They're all about 500 years old. This is also when the twins used. As soon as I think I'm born in 1960, Mandy and David. Mandy was one of the occupiers in their living. And so this
With the wall.
The little water thing, whatever it is.
And I have only one more style of room. In the Della Robbia room, no more white chicken wire tile. This is much more the time period that we're showing now, that we're doing now because we're doing the 40s and 50s. This at one time had been a light well, this and the room above it. And it provided interior light to the house until they built the wings, and then the light well was useless. So this is what you do with a leftover light well. Little loft bedroom, stairway where you hooked a rope at the bottom to climb up to your bedroom, and a nice bathroom. And this one, the lower.
Should ask what this painting is.
This is Van. Something on it. Van.
This is the one I want to put on the ceiling. I'm looking for something to put on our ceiling, the concave.
Laying there in the bed, that's what you see. That's beautiful.
It looks lit naturally, huh?
The cooking area is all electric except for the stove. It has 3 temperatures on it, but it is heated by oil. So the only other heating used here, other than electricity, was oil, and of course fireplaces in big early living fireplaces. The household staff lived upstairs, above the kitchen, and they had their own kitchen next to this one, which our household staff still uses today.
You see, this guy used artifacts and everything. With these ice boxes. It's true.
Yeah, the children came to eat early back here in the country, because it was late. Cocktail hour was 7:30, dinner served at 9, that was the first flight for all the 13, a little bit after dinner, so it might be 11:30, 12.
Stay there.
Movie, and with a, newsreel and cartoons, nice long feature, it was probably 2:30 in the morning before you were finished, and then you might be hungry and come back here for a snack. Some people went to bed, this person went upstairs for work.
Yeah.
Scale for bacon.
Sir, we do have
Baby, love you. Pretty girl. Get that body in there.
She knew nothing about the publishing business. We sold that.
I already got that ass.
There's another 25 deepwater harbors along the coast. That also raised the price of the property. 65 cents.
I'll buy it today.
Behind the white buildings at your garages, you would find the caged zoo animals, the carnivorous animals, and also the dog kennels, which are supposedly the only air breathing. There's more than anything else on the
Indoor pool.
It took 3.5 years just to set the tile. This is all glass tile from Murano, that island here, Venice, and it is gold fused between two pieces of glass. It took 2 years to finish the pool, but it is 10 feet deep because the diamond platform in the center is 10 feet or 3 meters. And the pool, when you walk by, it looks like it slants, but it is a flat platform, except for the lady is waiting over the non-flat. Where you see the light coming in, because the tennis court floor has glass surface by moonlight.
Dive right off it, I'm being. Highway 1, coming from San Simeon. It's all about the flats. Tortilla flats, that is. Hi, Mama. What you doing, baby? Trying to find a whale at the end of the migration? Hi, baby. Here we are again together at last.
Alone. Emphasize. Alone.
Ready?
We have the water cut into the logs.
Oh yeah. Coastal Railroad. One of my favorites. Creek that leads to Julius Cypher Falls, which hits the ocean, where fresh water meets salt water. The circle. The cycle. What a beautiful day, baby.
Yes, Mike. Very beautiful. Look at how pretty. It's growth. Pretty.
You could do your yard like this, you know, that's what the whole point is, you know, your landscape, like your natural scenes. Got you. We'll cover that booty. You never walked along the creek, honey. Huh. Canopy of a red wine. This is Norway. What, baby? Here's the beginning of another redwood. going into base. Look, honey.